Alright friends, it is my absolute pleasure, as usual, every 3 months to introduce you to a new killer, new set of survivors, and a new chapter. It is not coming out yet, that will be on 27th of this month, but we have it on the PTB, which is available for everyone. Let's have a look, shall we? This is our first impression, completely unfiltered. The new killer is the first.
Cannot escape me.
Ooh, I know some voice lines for the survivors are missing from the PTB and will only be available once the chapter is out. But hey, the killer does have them. That's nice. That's real nice. Shall we have a look at the survivors as well? Obviously, this is the second chapter from Stranger Things. And there already were some survivors on the first one. Oh my god, Nancy's completely changed her face, by the way. Oh, dude. Yeah, I don't know if you can tell. That looks significantly better. I don't know if it captures the likeness, but yeah. Yeah, that's still a lot better. Still a lot better than before. Ooh, and then there's obviously the new survivors. We have Dustin. He doesn't have voice lines yet, but I guess he will. And Jane Hopper, aka 11. Which has one of the strangest outfits, in my opinion. We're gonna have a look at their perks in a minute. We have some beautiful graphics for that. But I think what everybody wants to see right now is just the power in action, right? Let's go hop into a private match and showcase the killer's power real quick. Right, before we head into a match, by the way, I have been reminded that there are 2 extra characters that come in forms of legendary skins. These don't come with their own perks. One of them is Robin, who looks cute. She's fine. They got her likeness down pretty well, I think. I think a lot of people will play this one. And the other one, this is a skin for Nancy, by the way. The other one is a skin for Dustin, and it is Eddie, who is a fan favorite. Damn, he does look pretty good. And he does have like relatively dark clothes. I think this will be a good survivor. I imagine each of them will have different voices, and people always go for the ones that are a little bit quieter. We'll see what that's like once we try them out. Now, for real, let's go into the killer power. Ooh, oh, he comes from a portal from the upside down. That is cool. So does he? Oh, he doesn't have footsteps. He levitates places. That's actually a really huge deal, by the way. You have no idea how many killers have footsteps that make listening to other things much harder. So basically, okay, there's so much to unpack here. Let's start with the simple things. This killer charges up an attack and then it hits at a distance. Wow, it can actually go really far. Wow. Can we showcase it? Okay, let's try it. Wow. So think of it like a trickster that has to hit you 4 times. You slow yourself down quite a bit. Okay. This is unlike... Ooh. This is unlike any other... Oh. Wait, is it the third that you take damage? Yeah. Ooh. Wait. Is it me or does this seem really powerful? Wow. Okay.
I will not be denied.
Wow. Damn, Dustin got really tall. Okay. So, there's a lot of things to explain, but... basically, the killer does not damage you with his power directly, but it damages you after a few hits. It also contributes towards activating the grandfather clocks and a timer. When that timer is on, and I guess it's on right now because we see the clock on screen, then the power does injure, all right? And we've only seen half his power. There's something else. And they can go and find these clocks across the map, presumably, I don't see the aura, to speed up the process. They don't want to be in this clock state, because in this clock state, anytime I summon one of these little AoE attacks, they will take damage. It will damage them directly, right? Interesting. Now the clock is out, and once again, we are in normal mode. So if I see a survivor now, this power will not. Wow, see, it hit her, but it didn't injure. So it seems like auto reading would be really important on this killer, because being able to see, you do slow yourself down quite a bit when charging it. Being able to see what a survivor is seems quite important. See, I've activated the clock.
Prepare yourself.
Wow. What? That's so powerful. What? And he can hit multiple survivors too. Look from how far he can go as well. What? That downed her. What? All right, shall we see? Yeah, these are the clocks. Cool. So they have 4 of these across the map. And remember, they want to do this to remove my ability to instantly injure them with this. Okay, let's see these animations. Pretty cool. I'd like to also do a basic hit, if possible. Oh, you don't actually attack with your hands, you attack with your tentacles. That's cool. Wow. Alright, so that's 1/2 of his power. The other half is the ability to go into the upside down that you do by holding left control. Shall we check it out? Oh. Oh, so you burrow into the ground. Yo, that is actually really cool. And if you come out, you immediately apply tokens and you can immediately down or injure. That is a huge area. What? Okay. That is super weird. I do not fully understand. I am reacting to this same as you guys are live right now on Twitch and YouTube. I don't know how it works. What seems to be the case, right, is that... Oh, hold up, we missed. Yeah, the cooldown is very short. You can try it again really quickly. Yeah, I am giving her world breaker events. It seems like you need to do 4 of them. And on the 4th one, you damage. The thing is...
Reshape the world.
The thing is, if you start the clock after hitting a certain amount, then you damage anyway. So right now, Krill here is going to take damage. You know, even though he might be at 0. You know? So that's pretty crazy. And am I really fast?
I will
Wow.
not be denied.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What is this? Alright, let's come out. Oh, I downed him. So this is called Bada Boom. It's a new perk. Yep, it slows me down a bunch for 6 seconds. It's a new perk from Dustin. We're gonna see in a minute. Wow. Dude, this seems really, really powerful, man. He is getting nerf 100%. Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe it's really not super obvious how this killer is supposed to be played against, but something that can hit through walls, that can hit multiple survivors. Yeah. Anyway, chat, is it time to talk about the perks briefly? I think it is. You might have noticed that, yeah. This first one we haven't used, but I'd like to use it right now. This one's called Turn Back the Clock, and I think it's possibly the strongest killer perk that is in this killer's arsenal. Basically, the idea is that if I get a hook, I can do like a remote pop goes the weasel. So I'd like to try that really, really quickly. Hold up. Wow. Should we do a grab or something? Yeah. Uh-oh. Alright, let's hook someone. I want to kick a gem from afar. Can you summon in puddle mode? I imagine not. That's a great question. Right, so... yeah, I look at the gem that's in 20 meters. How do I use this perk? Oh, there you go. I need to have direct line of sight. Okay. So... and that would trigger other perks to block the gem, like Deadman Switch. That seems pretty good. It's not as good as I thought because you cannot do it through walls, but still, that seems nice. And you can use it with anything else you'd like. Wow. Okay, so that's the first perk. Very, very simple. The second perk you've already seen. You haven't seen yet, actually, this one. But if they do totems, you block a gen. that is not super good by itself because survivors are not motivated to do totems, but you compare it with hexes. And if a gen is blocked, I assume by any means, you become undetectable. This actually goes well with Corrupt Intervention, Deadlock. With Deadlock, every time a gen gets done, bam, that's gonna happen 4 times. You will have a gen block and 30 seconds of undetectable. I think this could be really, really good on a few killers. Not bad at all. Next up is Hex Hive Mind. You are noticing this perk right now on the screen. Do you see how some of the gens are really dark and some are really white? The whiter they are, the closer to 0. The redder they are, the closer to 99 or 100% in case. So this is basically a way for a killer to know that a gen is being done without any kind of doubt. Hi Cope, thanks so much for the raid. And it's something that other killers, a few killers could do with add-ons, but now any killer can do it. There you go. Can do it with a perk. Anyway, that's it for the killer perks. Pretty strong. I think all of these can see some use. What we saw earlier was a perk from Dustin, who we have right here. Dustin, after doing a bit of a gen, can do a trap on a window. It's very similar to Chemical Trap, which you can place on a pallet, but on a window. If the killer vaults it, you get slowed down, and I think it's much stronger slowdown than Chemical Trap. I think this perk will be strong, especially against the weaker killers, and it seems like the kind of like troll perk that survivors would probably use a lot. Next perk from Dustin. You can exchange a toolbox into and transform it into a medkit. There are so many ways to get medkits, and there's so many ways to heal that I don't think this is problematic. Personally, I think this is completely fine, and it is, honestly, it's a really good effect. It can be easily replaced, so I don't think it's super meta, but you go on a gen, bust your toolbox, make it super, super powerful, right? Then have a medkit in the end game when you're the last one and you need to heal, or when you're the last one and you need to take a hit, go into the exit gate. It doesn't seem bad. It seems completely fine. Next one. This one, I thought at the beginning that it might be a bit strong. When you are on a team, on a gen with a teammate, you get bigger skill checks. Thank you, Subsium. This, I thought, might be problematic with some great skill check perks like Hyper Focus, but when we read it more carefully, it does say that it's only the good part. I will pen my review of this perk is pending some finer details. But if it's only the good part, which everyone and their grandmother can hit easily, it seems completely useless. Seems completely useless. The 5% faster can easily be replaced by Deja Vu and many other perks. Now let's have a look at Jane's perks. Okay. This one here is interesting. You crouch for a long time and you start seeing the autos of presumably everything around you. Very similar to the perk from A3 that does something similar in terms of revealing the killer and gens. I don't know if it's going to be very popular. The fact that you have to crouch so much, these perks typically don't do super well. We see you. This one we need to test really quickly. If the killer reveals you 4 times, you can activate it, and then the killer is revealed to everyone in the team. I don't know if you revealing yourself with perks like Object counts. If it does, this perk could be alright. And now for the final survivor perk, Soft Spoken. You work on a gen, and everyone on the gen makes less repair noises. There are 2 types of noises that you do on a gen. The one that comes from the gen itself, which is the clack, 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 that gets louder and louder as you progress, but also the one that your character emanates from doing the action. That's the one that the killer listens to know if they're approaching someone, and that one gets quieter. The normal repair noise is 20%. There is a perk already that reduces it. It's called Technician, and nobody uses it. I think this perk is going to be completely forgotten. I think absolutely no one's going to run it. So overall, lots of perks here. Overall, the perks are not extremely game-changing, although I think the killer ones might be a bit better. That's completely subjective though. Anyway, shall we look at some of these animations? I want to see him pull someone out of a locker or something. Yeah. I also want to see what happens if I go into the upside down. Yeah. There's no way to come out without doing an attack. That is insane. Like, that hits from so far.
Your time.
Look at that. Wow, okay. How about the drop animation? You guys like the music? It is a bit strong. Wow. Yeah, like how exactly are you gonna escape basement? Like, I don't know. Seems pretty powerful. This is the gen kick. Can we see a pallet drop maybe? Yeah, do not drop a pallet while this kill is holding power though. Can we see a pallet drop, you guys? Alright, let's have a look. Just telepathically breaks it. Alright, does everyone want to see the Mori? Shall we see the Mori? Let's do it. Oh, it needs to be on Jane, actually. She's the only one. She's the only one that's been hooked on off. Alright, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's take her somewhere nice and open so it's not completely... Yeah, it would be the worst feeling in the world if the first time we do this, it is completely censored by a wall or something. Just like in the show, don't say that, chat. People are gonna think you're spoiling it, and I know you're not, but... Yeah, please be nice. Alright, this seems like a good place. Alright, you ready? Let's go. What do you think, chat? Do you like that? Do you like that? Yeah, it's so similar to... Oh my god. Okay, that is kind of messed up. Oh, even her fingers here. That looks... hurts to look at. It is a little similar to another one that already exists in the game, right? Yeah. Check if elevation hits? Sure, we can try. You think it will go like... Ooh, yeah, the thing only really comes out... I imagine it's very similar to Pyramid Head, where maybe it hits slightly above, but... Yeah. Say they vault this pallet, for example. Okay, yeah, this is a good idea. Hold up. Maybe from the other side? Yeah, let's try this. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, yeah, it does have about a meter. You don't think it goes much further, do you? I have a stupid question. What is the difference between being blue and red? Oh, so... This is so interesting. Blue is the part that is blocked, right? So, for example, here it's completely blocked. It's gonna hit nothing. And red is the part that's actually hitting. That's just weird because normally we think red is bad and blue or green is good. So it's actually opposite of what you think. So if it's completely blue, you're most likely not gonna hit anything. Except it actually goes through things, so maybe you do hit stuff? Yeah, okay, we started the timer again. It seems really easy to start that timer. Yeah, so I don't know what that's like 1.5 meters, right? Yeah, as you can see, Dustin was like 1 feet higher and that didn't get him. Interesting, well. Can you try having them on top of the catwalk and burrow out to see the burrow style? No, chat. I don't think it goes like that. Yeah. Wow. Oh, yeah, shall we see this? Wait, what happened to this one? Oh no. Damn. It lasts a very long time, by the way. Look, I'm still frozen. Still frozen. Now. Whoa, that's brutal, man. That is brutal. Down drumming with power? I'll try. Just remember, you don't do full damage. Only one. And there's a good cooldown where you cannot M1 and you move a bit slower. It's kind of crazy though. You do twice as much damage when you hit them with this. I have a question. And unlike Spirit and unlike Dracula, you do see them. So could you please run in a straight line? I want to see what happens if I start coming out of my burrow and you're in a straight line. Yeah, Krill, could you please run in a straight line? Up and down or something. Yeah. Okay. Go for it. I'll chase after you. Okay. This is without add-ons. Like, there might be add-ons to make this. Hi, Dainty. Thank you guys for joining us. There might be add-ons to make this faster or something. How do you avoid that? Huh? Okay, it does go on a lengthy cooldown. I'm seeing right now on the bottom left. It has its own little timer. And it goes on like a 30-second cooldown. I mean, if they could just dodge it by pressing W, I mean, I think that would be fair, no? Like, that way the killer has to catch them against something, against an edge or something. That's what I would expect. I would expect this to be a secondary power, not your main way of getting them. All right, so let's go. That is, as far as I can tell, that is unavoidable. Like, unless you really mistime it and they just so happen to get a spin burst there or something. Wow. Yeah. Like, how are you gonna play Windows against this killer? This seems so strong. In no timer, under get attacked slowly? Ooh, maybe. Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, we could wait until they remove the timer. Maybe the under get is more powerful. If you're gonna see the full power description, by the way, it is this one right here. Yeah. It's based on the number of survivors alive, how long it lasts. Which maybe explains why we only see a part of the clock right now. It's kind of strange. Yeah. Let's see. So let's wait for the timer to be off. Okay, the timer's off. It still, I don't think it matters. It still covers. Yeah, it still covers a massive distance. And look at that, it already put her...
Your days are numbered.
Hid in a locker? Yeah, but if you go into a locker, the killer's gonna get a free M1 on you. I literally triggered the clock with only one single come out of the ground event. That's pretty crazy, right? He has a special Mori with 4 stacks. Oh, is that so? Okay, let's go. Let's go see it. Special Mori. I will need to hook her though. Yeah, maybe she can pretend. Maybe she can try to escape, and that will let her hit stage 2 faster. Let's skip to it. Okay, we made her dead on hook, and now we can use the pink Mori on her. And apparently this is a different animation. Shall we see? All right, out of the way, guys. One sec. Oh, they call them by name. I don't think this is different. Oh, man. Yeah, it's the same as before. Oh. No. Jane was already at 4 stacks. Oh, so this is the special Mori. You need to be under gate? Oh, really? Okay, let's try to do it. Let's try to do it. So, he's at 4 tokens. Do you... Oh, I think he needs to be down with the special attack. Krill, would you do us a favor and pick up Dustin? And we'll attack and see what happens. Yeah, pick him up, I guess. Help him up. Okay. Alright. So it's kind of like a Myers special Mori? Okay, let's try this.
Let me end your suffering.
Oh my god. Whoa. He cannot be helped? Mind break. Oh. Oh, so it's like a mini Mori. Oh my god. Oh. Okay, stupid question. What if I just leave? Does he just stay there like, forever? Oh, that is cool. That is very cool. Wait, do you think I can do it to the last survivor too? Oh, never mind. I just injured him. I forgot we're in clock mode. This power is complicated. I mean, it's not difficult, but it's a bit complicated. It's got its complexity, huh? All right, do we kill the whole cast in here? This is so cursed. Let's do it. Why not? Oh my god. There's also new cosmetics, by the way. I'm gonna show them to you in a second. Wow. Oh my god. All right. Let's have a look at the cosmetics real quick. There's one for the killer. Also, which is really nice to see. You don't typically get cosmetics in a PTB, but lately they have been doing it. Shall we have a look? I'm just gonna move the game slightly so you guys can see it. I'm so sorry, guys. 1 second. I'm just gonna leave so we don't get more invites. And yeah. So this is not new characters. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. There you go. This is a cosmetic from Vecna. This, I think, is from season 4, I believe. Don't kill me if I'm wrong. And it's obviously a set. Does look pretty cool. Does look pretty cool. And then... oh, she has one where she's got, like, her... I think this is also season 4, look. That's cute. And if you guys want to see what the prestige looks like... Oh, that is a cool and mean looking prestige. Yeah, she's got like season 3. What, really? Oh wow. Jesus, I really am that clueless, huh? Yeah, Dustin. Oh wait, he does have. This is his default. This is her bloody default. Not very bloody. And this is the Hellfire Club shirt, which I imagine a lot of people will want this one. It is cute. And it's not a set. You can actually mix and match a little bit. That's kind of nice, actually. Wait, he also has a unique shirt. Oh, cute. And then there's the Eddie Munson one, I think it's called. Yeah, that's cute. All right, shall we have a look at the add-ons? I honestly think this killer is so strong. I don't possibly understand like how the add-ons can make him much stronger. Let's start with the brown ones. All right. Well, upside down traversal is on cooldown. Breaking pallets and walls decreases the cooldown by 12 seconds. But the cooldown is like 30, so that means it seemed to be like 30 or so seconds. So that means you break a pallet and you'll get it back so quickly. That's a brown add-on? That is a brown add-on? Okay. The exposure from the undergate attack breaks pallets instantly and damages generators caught in the blood. That is a brown add-on? What? These two could be iridescents and I would have believed it. Okay. While out of World Breaker mode, the Vine attack's aiming range is increased by 2 meters. Okay, so that it's not the radius. It is the distance at which you can place the little circle. That seems like an okay brown add-on. Keep in mind that being able to reach further means that he is more likely to contest gens, to force you out of gens, to interrupt a heal, to interrupt an unhook. And as far as I can tell, this killer would be really good at all of those things. I don't think his power doesn't work on unhooks, right? The second phase of the World Breaker timer is increased by 3 seconds for each living survivor. Right, I think that's the one that has the little binds on it that they cannot possibly interrupt, right? Okay, that seems like an okay brown add-on. Very standard stuff. Smash cassette deck. All survivors start with 1 World Breaker token. When World Breaker is activated for the first time, all survivors lose their World Breaker tokens. Right, so this basically just... Oh, 1 less grandfather clock appears on the map. That is a good thing for you. That's maybe the bigger deal, huh? This helps you get into the mode where you can damage them sooner, I suppose. While in World Breaker mode, aka you can damage people, grandfather clocks more than 32 meters away being worked by survivors have their autos revealed. That seems like a really nice way to find the one survivor you're looking for, especially when you combine it with the, underworld attack. A broken communication device. While out of World Breaker mode, survivors hit by the vine have their aura shown for 1.5 seconds, which will be extended by lethal. And that is a big deal, because if you hit a survivor that vaults a window and you lose sight of them, and you see that they go right, even if it's only 1.5 seconds and it doesn't get extended, just being able to see the direction which they run to can save you from going to the wrong place. That seems quite good. Add-ons like this typically are pretty good. It's one of the shortest durations though. Clock hands. Survivors gain the oblivious status effect when interacting with grandfather clocks and for 12 seconds after. Probably okay for its rarity, right? When activating the undergate attack, the killer gains a 20% haste effect for 2 seconds upon exiting. Oh. Wow. 20% haste! For 2 seconds. Okay. I'd love to test this one. When World Breaker mode ends, injured survivors become afflicted with a broken status effect for the next 20 seconds. That doesn't seem bad. Okay. Wow. Survivors gain the exhaust status effect when standing or entering the other gate's attack's radius and for 20 seconds after. Okay. So maybe we're missing something, but it does feel like a really good attack. So hitting someone and making them exhausted for 20 seconds, that seems really good. What? Neck tendril. Oh. Survivors hit by the vine attack while in World Breaker mode receive hemorrhage and mangle. Okay, so this is the hemorrhage and mangle add-on. Classic stuff. Classic stuff. Each successful World Breaker token placed on a survivor via vine attack reduces your terror radius by 12 minutes until the next World Breaker mode activation. Oh, damn. Normally terror radius add-ons are pretty garbage, but you can maybe put 1 or 2 and then you are stealth killer for a while. Interesting. At the start of the second, I don't think it matters so much with so many oblivious and so many undetectable perks, but hey, curious. Very, very curious. Electrode cap. At the start of the second phase of World Breaker mode, or when survivors complete the grandfather clock interactions, survivors more than 26 meters away have their aura revealed for 6 seconds. Again, very similar to the other one, but maybe even better? Oh man. Pizza goggles. The undergate attack's area effect is reduced by 90% and its cooldown time is shortened by 20 seconds. What? That seems funny. So basically, it's way worse. It's like a meme add-on, but you can use it more frequently. Okay. Yeah, seems like a fun one, but it's obviously a meme. When coming out of the upside down, all vault locations within 32 meters of block. 32 meters? What? Like, you need to compare this to every other killer that has a purple add-on, which is like, when you use your power, you slow down survivors by 1% for 1 second within 1 meter and 1 millisecond of where you were a minute ago. Like, okay, useless, you know? Like, that is so, like, his teleport power is strong, and you should be using it often, at least it seems to me, right? Especially with the stupid little brown add-on that lets you have it more frequently. So, doesn't it seem a little bit insane that you get this as well? Keep in mind that if you have this, like already from the top of my head, this and this, you come out, you block windows, they have to drop pallets, you break pallets, you get your power back, you do it again. Okay. Broken skateboard. When Warbreaker starts, the killer's vault speed is increased by 30% for the next 60 seconds. Out of the lots of vaulting things, I don't think this would be important. Let me also tell you that this killer, at least at first glance, if a survivor's playing a window very aggressively, like, don't you just, like, hit them with your power? It doesn't seem like it's a killer that has to follow you through windows, like some others, or at least as much, so I don't know if this is so hot. Black Widow Spider. Entering the upside down while in World Breaker mode makes the furthest survivor more than 36 meters away reveal their location for 3 seconds. Reveal their location is not aura, it's more like a scream. This is actually pretty strong. Make sure you always have someone to find. This is the third add-on of its type. Alright, let's see the iridescence. I'm now really scared. When Warbreaker activates, the killer gets undetectable. On survivors with at least one Warbreaker token have their aura reveal when coming within 12 meters of the killer. This lasts until the killer performs a vine attack, enters the upside down, or Warbreaker ends. Okay, dude. Jesus. The vine attack has 2 charges, and its attack radius is diminished by 35. Huh? Okay, chat. I need to see what it's like to have a 90% smaller range and also having 2 charges. Let's go check this out. This is ridiculous. Wow. Okay. Hey, we're running the new skin. Looks kind of cool, man. Looks like a Resident Evil monster. Alright, so I have the add-on that gives us 2 charges. That's cool. That is very cool. That is very transformative too. So basically, if you're insane, you can go bam, bam, and hit 2 survivors or cover 2 different exits. Even though they're smaller, this feels like... Yeah, that seems really fun. Once you've mastered this killer, you might want to try it. All right. Someone wanted to see if we can be stunned during this mode. We can try. Shall we go to the middle of the map and see if we can be stunned? I imagine not. I imagine the survivors can see me, though. That would be strange if they couldn't. I'm right here in the middle of the map, guys. Help. You run past me. This is really weird. Okay. Yeah, right here. Let's see if we can be stunned. Okay. You can't even stun him! And he goes through windows. What? Okay, let's see how tiny this is. Wow. Yeah, so basically the idea with this add-on is that you have a much shorter cooldown, but you basically don't have an attack coming out. Which I think is fine, I guess. It's good to have. That's not how this is the copyright-friendly version of Metallica. That's horrible. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be a meme add-on. The thing is, because it's reducing 20 seconds, but this add-on has a downside that increases it by 15 seconds, it kind of basically eats itself. So, yeah, I did want to see how small it was, though, and it does look ridiculous. Yay. Wow. Yeah, look at that. Like, like, it's very slow, like... Oh, okay, so can I change...
Prepare yourself.
That's cool as hell, man. That's cool as hell. I imagine you cannot hit the same place, right? Do you think you can hit a survivor twice with it? Should we test it? Okay, let's try to double tap a survivor. I imagine it will not work, but... doesn't work. That's fair. Alright, guys. I think this is it for the initial first impressions of the new killer. There's no new map, as you guys can see, although if you haven't played DPD in a long time, or if you have not played on this map ever before, they did improve it a little bit. They added, for example, another staircase here, and some lockers up there, which is useful for a few killers. So yeah, some changes to this map, which already are in the game, even right now, but nothing else. What do you guys think? What was the one thing that stood out to you? I'm not gonna lie, we're gonna spend the rest of the day playing this killer and playing him in a more normal way. Having a power that goes through walls, that hits you like that, mobility, and what seems to be an unavoidable AoE attack coming out of the upside down. Like, how is this killer not gonna be super insanely OP? We're gonna find out. Maybe he won't be. Maybe the counterplay is a bit less obvious than some other killers, but yeah. Yeah. Eddie! Come by, buddy! Why do we see his back? I'm gonna leave you with this face, guys. I'm gonna leave you with this face. Or this one. This one's prettier. Bye-bye. Thanks so much for watching. By the way, a big thank you to everyone that's bought one of our plushies. It benefits charity and there's still a couple days left. If you'd like to grab one and help a really noble cause, there will be a link in the description.